probably heard the saying, bring a kid fishing and they'll be hooked for a day. Teach a kid to fish and they'll be hooked for a lifetime. This statement holds true with lifelong anglers who are now teaching high school students to be the newest ambassadors of bass fishing.
About 6 years ago, B.A.S.S and FLW both started high school divisions in their organization. And right now, here we are 5 years later, and in both FLW and B.A.S.S, high schools is the fastest growing part of their organization. You know, it's growing more and more membership, and it's just exploded. It's giving these kids, you know, an outlet to become professional fishermen. You know, in every other sport, you know, you do junior high, high school, college, and then if you have a chance to go on pro level. But now we have the same thing in fishing.
I'm just so proud of the guys that have really pushed it and got it going, and there's so much participation in it. Not necessarily the athletic crew, but all of the participation it can be from anybody. And so there are athletes involved in it, but there are non-athletes involved in it. So fishing is something that touches everyone.
Bass fishing pros in Louisiana credit the diversity of the state's waters to their success fishing in tournaments across the nation.
And it's because of our diverse fishery. You know, South Louisiana is not really the easiest place in the world to fish, and I think that's what's created so many really good anglers here in South Louisiana.
This success has also been displayed at the high school level. In 2015, 2 Denham Springs anglers were crowned national champs of their teenage peers. At the annual New Orleans Big Bass Rodeo, the high school competition has become one of the fastest growing divisions in recent years. And for those who follow the high school bass fishing circuit, state champ was none other than the grandson of Louisiana's 1975 Bass Masters title winner.
With a total weight of 20.67 pounds, from St. Thomas More High School, your 2018 Louisiana State High School champions, Brennan Leger and Caleb Clark.
He and his partner won the Louisiana State championship, high school championship this year, and moving on to the Nationals in Kentucky Lake later this month or next month.
Just recently, we've had some of our kids that have gone and now are fishing on the Bassmaster Open. We have some of our kids that are participating in the Adult Bass Nation Tournament. And now we're at the point where we have 35 universities in the U.S. that are offering fishing scholarships. So it's another way for kids to get their tuition paid while they get a good education.
Professional anglers know that they need to keep youth interested in order to grow the sport of bass fishing. Many believe the future of the sport can continue to flourish even at the high school level.
The industry of bass fishing is a very selfish industry. Being involved with the high school teams and some of the other youth fishing organizations, it gives me a chance to get into their minds and try to convince them to be ambassadors of not only the sport but the companies that they represent as well.
Well, the future, I think eventually, if this continues to grow, that the LHSAA, which governs our sports here in Louisiana, will have to look at maybe considering it as a high school sport. I know some people have advocated for that, and it could develop into that, and I think it'd be great. I do see it continuing to grow, and I think as long as we have some public water to fish, that it's going to be a staple in the sports in Louisiana.